Hi everyone, it's Alan Lepovsky here from Constellation Research. I'm coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, where I'm attending Salesforce Connections 2016, Salesforce's digital marketing or marketing automation conference. Now, yesterday's first day kicked off with the CEO of the Marketing Cloud, Scott McCorkle, talking about, being thankful about being here in Atlanta. They said they have 500 employees here in Atlanta, and it's the home of Pardot, Salesforce's marketing automation software, or the piece of their software that helps sales reps take leads and nurture them through and make them better leads, and hopefully leading to them becoming customers. Now, the day kicked off with him interviewing Georgia Congressman John Lewis. It was an amazing story. He's an incredible man who's lived through, the march to Selma. He's lived through bigotry and hatred, and he talked about love and hope and forgiveness and all sorts of wonderful topics. Won't say it was the most related to the technology field, but he did tie it back together, talking about how community and online and software and all these things can really help people stay informed and share messages. And so there was a nice tie back. But anyway, it was a great start to the day and a great way to sort of get the crowd interested. Now, diving right into the announcements for the day, there was 4 primary things that Salesforce announced. The first is that the Marketing Cloud has been updated with the new, what they called Lightning user experience. So earlier, I guess it was last year, they updated the Sales and the Service Cloud to have this new, more modern look and feel. And now they're bringing that same look and feel to the Marketing Cloud. Here's a quick screenshot. I apologize, I don't have a very high resolution version, but I'll work on getting that. The second thing they did is they introduced a mobile app for the Marketing Cloud. So for people that are on the road and need quick access, check what their marketing campaigns are doing, respond to customer requests, all of those things, moving email automation through, creating reports, checking the status of campaigns, etc., could all be done through the mobile application now. The third announcement was around Advertising Studio. This is a way for marketers to place ads in things like social media. So it's really about targeting the right audience so that your spend is appropriate. I'm not going to dive too much into that world. I'm going to focus on the fourth announcement that's most related to my world, and that's the update to Email Studio. Now, they said they've spent, I think it was 18 to 24 months working on the update to this Email Studio. They talked heavily about how email is still one of the most core, critical, important parts of the marketing automation process, and how many millions of email campaigns are run, and how much revenue and customer is driven still through people being sent email. Now, I like what they said. Email is still the workhorse of digital marketing, but email needs, for it to work, email needs to be relevant, personalized, timely, has to show up, or otherwise it gets deleted. So they gave a great customer example of Fanatics, the sports marketing automation, or a sports marketing firm, who's done over 27,000 campaigns for 300 different brands, all run by only 5 marketers, 5 employees doing 27,000 or more digital campaigns. So it was really interesting. So they went through some examples of how they create their templates, how they filter them down to who the right content to receive them is, how they can create dynamic content in them. So, for example, your email makes sure to promote to you the brand or the sports teams that you follow. So it's not just generic emails, but a lot of dynamic content being created, and even predictive content that's created. So, if you've done this, then they expect you to do that. And all of this doesn't happen just in web pages, but actually happens in those emails that are sent to you. So really interesting part of the world. Now, from my perspective, I think it's great that they've updated the user experience and that they started adding features. But as you know, I sort of focus heavily on employee collaboration. So what I'm interested in is when the Email Studio and the Advertising Studio are going to get those core collaborative features the way that the Sales Cloud has. So what I mean by that is, direct integration with things like Chatter. So if you're familiar with Salesforce's Sales Cloud, right on an opportunity record or a lead record or a customer record, you can have a conversation, a threaded conversation where you can share files, you can share links, you can discuss the customer. And so I'm looking forward to seeing that happen in the marketing cloud as well. So right on those campaigns, those journeys, have the ability for the employees that are working on these campaigns to collaborate directly on those. And I understand that that is coming later this year. So Recap sort of bringing collaboration to the email and advertising studios. Now, the evening, or I should point out before I wrap up that the partner ecosystem, the showcase, as always at a Salesforce event, just absolutely massive. It's incredible how large the partner ecosystem is. So, walking around the trade show floor, lots of booths, huge activity taking place in the theaters, people training, Salesforce MVPs, giving advice and best practices, all sorts of things going on. So the partner ecosystem fully here and represented at Salesforce Connections 2016. And, I'll just wrap things up by thanking Salesforce. These events always have something fun. And last night there was a Stevie Wonder concert, which was a lot of fun. So there's my recap for day one of Salesforce Connections 2016. 4 new things announced. Marketing Cloud gets the new user experience, plus it gets a mobile application, and improvements to the Advertising Studio and big updates to Email Studio. So, Alan Lepofsky from Constellation Research. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And if not, I'll speak to you next time. Thanks. Bye.